So today, I was in my backyard doing some yard work, and a friend of mine came over, and we were catching up because we ain't seen each other in a while. All right. And so I start telling him, listen, man, I opened up this YouTube channel. Okay. I have my own YouTube channel now where I'm going to post my videos, and I'm going to talk about some really deep and controversial things, and trying to bring awareness to people, and just shed light on some problems that people might not even know exist. And he was like, dude, what in the world are you talking about, and how'd you get here? And so what I told him next, I was like, you know what? That's what people need to know. So I told him that I started down this rabbit hole with cannabis when I was a teenager. That's how long it's been that I've been doing this research, right? And somewhere along the line of this rabbit hole with cannabis, I realized that cannabis was extremely safe and came from the ground. I ended up going down the rabbit hole of overdose deaths. Once I got to that rabbit hole, it brought me to the rabbit hole of the sheriffs. Actually, the sheriff's department, I believe, is what pointed out the overdose deaths to me, and which I went down both of these rabbit holes basically at the same time. How the sheriff's department polices people and what they need from the legal cannabis trade to stop overdose deaths. But at the same time, I had to know the facts of the matter, which opioid addiction, it was started with pills, mainly. Most of the time, it started with pills. People get pills. Now, I get down this rabbit hole eventually of the pharmaceutical company, okay? But before I got down that one, I was like, well, maybe we are uneducated. So I went down a little rabbit hole of the educational system, deep enough to find out who actually started our public education system and how it's funded. Okay, I got that far, and then I jumped in this rabbit hole of the pharmaceutical industry, and that's how God worked me into this. Okay, so start looking into the pharmaceutical industry, and I find out that some of the drugs that work the best, all right, some of the drugs that we all have to take are all copies of something that happens naturally in the world, like in plants. Isn't that crazy? I'll give you a few examples, okay? At a molecular level, heroin, or just straight poppy, might have a ball, then a line, and then a ball here, and then a line, and then a ball here, and then a line going this way, okay? And that is the molecular level of heroin. What Purdue Pharma did is they took that very line that's going this way, and they just straightened it out. Now that molecule does not exist in nature, so therefore they can patent it. And then they had the audacity to turn around and say holistic healing doesn't work. No joke. Label it like holistic healing or natural healing. You know, it's always been second-class healing. But really, they based all of their medication on what nature provides us. So that just blew my mind. And I'll tell you another one, okay? In high school, they know that a senior, when they graduate, they're going to have to do their taxes every single year. But they will never teach them how to file a tax return. And the reason is that they're protecting an industry there. They are. So you get down this rabbit hole deep enough, you realize that there's people that control the pharmaceutical industry. There's people that control the public education. There's people that actually control the banking industry, and all these people are connected, work together, and this plan was formulated way before we were born, and it's been plotted out against us and played against us since our birth. So if I die any suspicious death, know that it's because I'm trying to expose something very, very deep that's wrong with our system. That's wrong with our system. Yeah. You know, I've always heard that term, the one percenters. But what if, just hang with me here, okay? What if those one percenters were bad, bad people?